Good afternoon, class. Here is your teacher, Professor Dakher. Our very first lecture is about the use of present simple tense and present continuous tense. Let's see first when do we generally use the present simple tense? The present simple tense or the simple present. These are two alternative statements or expressions to refer to the simple present tense. Can be used in several ways. Here are 7 different ways. 1. Facts that are always true or general truth. For example, we say, the earth goes around the sun. We can never say the earth is going around the sun, because it's a general truth. It's true forever, wherever, and whenever. It's a general truth. So we use the present simple tense. 2. Regular habits. The present simple is also used when we want to talk about actions of habits or repeated actions. We can often use expressions like every day, every moment, every year, every month, every week, and so on and so forth. And on Tuesdays, on Saturdays, on Sundays, or adverbs of frequency such as sometimes, never, and often. So we say, she always drives to work. She always drives to work. To drive is an action which is a repeated action. It's an action of habit. She always drives to work. So it's present simple tense. Or we may say, every Friday, I get up early. Get up. Okay? It's habitual. It's every Friday that I get up early. Now, number 3, permanent situations. I'm saying permanent situations, situations that are permanent. Permanent means in Arabic دائمة. He works as a teacher, or I work as a teacher. Not I am working as a teacher. Being a teacher is my job, my profession, and it's permanent. So this is why we use present simple tense to refer to this verb. Number 4, scheduled events and timetables. The flight leaves tomorrow at 9:00 a.m. The flight leaves tomorrow at 9 a.m. Although we have here the word tomorrow, which denotes future, we do use the present simple tense because it is a planned event or scheduled event that is for future arrangements. In zero conditional clauses, we also use the present simple tense. Fire burns you if you touch it. Zero conditional clause, it is the subject plus verb in the present simple plus subject plus if conditional plus subject plus verb in the present simple tense. For example, another example, if you revise well, you do well in the exam. Zero conditional clause. We also use the present simple tense in first conditional clauses. What will you do if I tell you the whole story? Future and after if I have subject plus verb in the present simple tense. So the first conditional clause is subject plus verb future plus if plus subject plus verb in the present simple tense. Another example. You will succeed if you revise well. Or we just exchange the positions of the two expressions. If you revise well, you will succeed. Okay? Or if you help me, here is the present simple tense. If you help, it's in the present simple. Look, with my homework, I will cook dinner for you. I, subject, will, it's in the future, will cook dinner for you. This is the first conditional clause, or first type of if condition. Also, we use the present simple tense with affirmative sentences. The simplest affirmative sentences in the present simple are formed according to the following model. Subject, for example, she. Subject, for example, she, plus verb, example, eat, plus s, third person singular, plus object, example, an apple. So she eats an apple. He eats an apple. It eats an apple. So it's the third person singular s. Here is a more detailed example. Third person singular in present simple. In present simple tense, when dealing with third person singular subjects, he, she, it, we typically add an s or sometimes es to the base form of the verb. However, for all other subjects, I, we, they, you, the verb remains as it is without any additions. The present simple tense has two types of exceptions where we don't just add s in third person singular, he, she, it, but sometimes I said es, other times ies. Okay? Sometimes we add s, sometimes es, and other times ies. So when do we use es and when do we use ies? Verbs ending in s, x, z, sh, and ch, we generally add to them or for them es. He watches the football match. She fixes the broken lamp. It buzzes loudly. Why? Because this first verb is ending in ch, watch, is, watches, fix, says. So es, buzz, buzzes. Now, verbs ending in a consonant and y, generally we add ies. So for verbs that end in a consonant plus y, we generally add ies. He studies English every day. She tries to solve the problem. So the base form of the verb is to study. It is ending in a consonant. The is a consonant plus y. So in order to make the third person singular, we transform the y into ies. So it's plus ies. It becomes studies. He studies English every day. She tries. The base form is to try. It's ending in a consonant to. Sorry, the consonant R. Sorry, it's a consonant R plus Y plus IES. So it is tries. How to form questions in present simple. To form questions in the present simple, use the inversion, that is, swap the subject and the verb. For present simple questions, add the auxiliary verb to do. For nearly all subjects, I, you, we, they, or does. For the third person singular, he, she, and it. Now, to ask a question, i.e., to form a question, we've got here to add do. Why? Because we have the subject you. We said we add do with I, you, we, and they. Do you like coffee? Does he play football? Because we do have he, we add does instead of do. So he, we add does. Does he play football? Do they study English? Now, how to form negations in present simple tense? To form a negation, nafi, in present simple, add not between the auxiliary verb to do or does and the rest of the sentence. Do not is used for all subjects, I, you, we, they. Why does not is only used in third person singular, he, she, it. You can also use the contracted form, don't and doesn't. Well, in the affirmative form, we say, we like meat. I want to make the negation of this sentence, so I have to add not between what? Between the auxiliary and the verb. So here is not between the auxiliary to do and the verb like. Because I do have we as a subject, so I should put do and not does. We do not like meat. We do not like meat. So it is the subject, do or does, plus not, plus the verb. Now, the contracted form means the shortened form, or can say the abbreviated, but it's not really an abbreviation. It's a contracted, the shortened form. We don't like meat. So it's don't. We put do, and I put the final to should be contracted. Now, they do not speak Arabic. So it is subject plus do plus not plus verb. They don't speak Arabic. The affirmative sentence, I should clean this, sorry. So the affirmative sentence of this is they speak Arabic. Now I want to make the negation of this sentence. I should add or supply do not speak. So it's do plus not plus the verb. He does not play football. He doesn't play football. Because I have he, so because I have he, I have to, or I must put does instead of do. So it is does plus not plus the verb. He doesn't play football. She does not work as a teacher. She doesn't work as a teacher. The affirmative form is she works as a teacher. Because I have she, so I have to put third person singular s. Now, she does not plus verb. But since I have does here, I should omit the s in the main verb. She does not work as a teacher, or she doesn't work as a teacher. Notice it's the same procedure here. It does not rain a lot in summer. It doesn't rain a lot in summer. The affirmative sentence is it rains a lot in summer. I want to make the negation, so I have to supply does plus not plus the main verb. But since I have third person singular s with does, this s of the main verb should be deleted. Okay? Let's move to the following tense. It's the present continuous tense. The present continuous tense is formed as follows. The rule is subject, for example, he, plus verb, for example, to be in the third person singular, plus verb, plus ing, plus object, or a complement. He is my subject. My verb here is the verb to be, and it is in the third person singular because I have he, plus verb, plus ing, plus the object or the complement. How to form the verb to be in the present simple tense. It's I, we are, you are, they are, he, she, and it is. So we said the auxiliary to be in third person singular or in the present tense plus verb plus ing plus the rest of the sentence. So the present continuous tense is to be, the verb to be in one of these states plus verb plus ing. He is speaking slowly. I am speaking slowly. We are speaking slowly. They are speaking slowly. He, she, it is speaking slowly. See? We are speaking slowly. Now, the present continuous tense is used first for things that are happening at the moment of speaking. Now, I'm explaining the lecture for my students. So what am I doing? I'm explaining a lecture. So that action is happening at the moment of speaking. So I use the present continuous tense. You are listening to the lecture. Okay? Or you are taking notes on your notebook. These actions usually last for a short period of time and they are not finished when we are talking about them. I'm explaining the lecture, I'm still explaining. It's not yet finished. So I use the present simple tense to refer to this action. I'm teaching at the moment. So it is the verb to be in the present simple tense plus verb plus ing. Please call back. We are eating dinner now. So look at the expressions at the moment, now, We are eating dinner now. To be in the present simple tense, verb ing. Muhammad is praying. He's praying at the moment, at this moment. We can also use this tense for other kinds of temporary situations, even if the action isn't happening at this moment. Sometimes we refer to actions which are not happening at this moment, at the moment of speaking, but in spite of this, we use the present continuous form because it is a temporary situation or a temporary action. Temporary, it's the contrary of the word permanent. Permanent دائم. Temporary means مؤقت. For example, Omar is working in a supermarket until he finds a job of his interest, which means he might not be working now. It's not an action. It's not an action that's happening at the moment of speaking, which means now, at this moment, he may not be working in a supermarket. But I'm using the present continuous tense in this example to refer to a temporary action or temporary situation. That is to say, to refer to مهنة مؤقتة أو عمل مؤقت. نشاط مؤقت. He might not be working now, but in these days, he's working in a supermarket until he finds a job of his interest. I'm reading an amazing story or an interesting novel. I'm reading or I am reading. Not at this moment, because now at this moment I'm explaining a lecture, okay? But I'm reading this interesting story these days, these months, this time, a temporary action. And this action will finish in a way or another, at a time or another, in the future. Compare this with the present simple, which is used for permanent, دائم, situations that we feel will continue for a long time. I work in a school. I think this is a permanent situation. This is my job. I work in a school. But if you say I'm working in a school, I think this is a temporary situation. دائم مؤقت. See? We can use the present continuous for temporary or new habits. For normal habits that continue for a long time, we use the present simple. We often use this with expressions like these days or at the moment. In other words, we use it to talk about changing situations. Okay? We use the present continuous for changing situations. He's eating a lot these days, which means usually he doesn't eat a lot, but these days he's eating a lot. You see? So for a new habit, which hasn't been before, but it's a new habit, a changing situation. She's swimming every morning. She didn't used to do this in the past, but these days she's swimming every morning. It's a new situation, a new habit. Is your English getting better? A new situation. Is there any amelioration? Is there any increase? Okay. The population of the world is rising very fast, is increasing, booming very fast. Okay. A changing situation from a state to another. So there is a changing situation from a state to another, is rising, getting bigger. Another present continuous use is for habits that are not regular but that happen very often. In this case, we usually use an adverb like always, forever, constantly, or continuously. Often we use the present continuous in this way to talk about an annoying habit. If we use a verb with these adverbs, okay, we use the present continuous tense to talk about an annoying habit, a habit that annoys us. You are forever losing your keys. It's annoying. It's bad. She's constantly missing the train. Something negative, you see? The next use is for definite future arrangements with a future time word. In this case, we have already made a plan and we are sure that the event will happen in the future. We're going to the beach at the weekend. So it is certain that we're going to the beach at the weekend. It's a definite future arrangement. I'm leaving at 3. Certainly, I will leave at 3. I'm leaving at 3. It's a planned action, but it's definite. It's a future arrangement. We cannot use this tense, I mean the present continuous tense, with stative or state verbs. What do we mean by stative verbs? Non-dynamic verbs, okay, like want, need, prefer, know, like, love, hate, belong, believe, see, hear, realize, mean, suppose, understand, forget, remember, seem, have. So with these verbs we can never use the present continuous tense because they are stative verbs. They are not dynamic. Have, but with the meaning of possess. I have a car. For example, I cannot say I'm having a car. I have a car. Sense of possession. Think with the meaning of believe. Okay? I think that's right. I believe that's right. Okay? It's not I think for the solution. I think about the solution of the exercise. This has got another meaning. So see this table. Present continuous I am doing with the verb to do. Simple present I do. This is the verb to do conjugated in the present continuous and simple present tense. Use the present continuous to talk about something that's happening at or close to the time of speaking. Past time, this is the axis of time. Past, now, future. I'm doing. But for the present simple, it's I do. We use the present simple to talk about things in general or things that happen repeatedly. Okay? For example, the present continuous we say, the water is boiling. Could you turn it off, please? Water boils at 100 degrees Celsius. This is a general truth. Okay, this is a general truth. It is true forever, whenever, and wherever. So we cannot change this truth. Water boils at 100 degrees Celsius. So we use the present simple tense. It's a fact. Now, the water is boiling. Could you turn it off, please? Is boiling, which means at the moment of speaking. Listen to those people. What language are they speaking? Excuse me, do you speak English? Permanent or a repeated action or a permanent action? Listen to those people. What language are they speaking at this moment? Now, where is Tom? He's playing tennis. You find a stranger in your room. What are you doing here? Look at the present simple tense usage. Tom plays tennis every Saturday. It's a repeated action. What do you usually do on the weekend? What do you usually do on the weekend? Again, a repeated action, a habit on weekends. Okay? When you find a stranger in your room, you say, what are you doing here? But for in the present simple tense, what do you do? When you say what do you do, addressing someone, it means what's your job? What do you do? What's your job? Another meaning, you see? Maria is in Canada for 3 months. She's learning English. Most people learn to swim when they are children. In fact, when they are children, they learn to swim. Okay? She's learning English being in Canada for 3 months. It's a temporary action, not permanent. Use the present continuous for a temporary situation. I'm living with some friends until I can find an apartment or a flat. Use the present simple tense for a permanent situation. My parents live in Boston. They have been there for 20 years. So it's permanent. Here it is temporary. Mary usually has a summer job, but she isn't working this summer. This summer she is not working. Jack doesn't work during the summer. He always takes a long vacation. This is permanent. Usually, habitually, he doesn't work during the summer. Habitually, okay? Or this is a temporary action. She is not working this summer. Only this summer she's not working. But possibly other summers, in the future, she may work. She may have a job. We have already said that with these verbs generally that are called stative verbs, we do not use the continuous form. Okay, here are some further examples. Have a look at them later on. Now let's move to practice. Activity 1 or task 1 is a homework. I posted the deadline on the side, so have a look at it and try to do the homework before the deadline. Task 2. Let's do task 2. You have to complete the sentences with the present simple or present continuous form of the verbs below. Buy, go, not go out, which means to go out but in the negative form. Like in the negative form, not like. Make, want in the negative form, in negation, not want. Not wear, work. So you have to put the right verb in the right gap, but it must be in the right tense, either the present simple or the present continuous. So we say, a beautiful dress for the wedding, but it's not, but it isn't, or it's not finished yet. 2, this shop, it's very expensive. 3, Sally usually shopping with her friends. 4, my sister's at the shopping center, which means my sister is. So this is the contracted form of is. My sister is, or my sister's at the shopping center. She a dress for her friend's wedding. Number 5, John's very cold, or John is very cold. So it's the contracted form again of John is. He a winter jacket or a winter coat. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 verbs and 8 gaps. So have a few seconds to think about the answer. Let's correct. I buy a beautiful dress for the wedding, but it's not finished yet. No, we cannot use buy. I go, no, not go out, not like, make, not want, not wear, not work. So it is make, the verb to make. But shall we use the present simple or the present continuous tense? So look, I a beautiful dress for the wedding, but it's not finished yet. So it is a temporary action again. At this moment or these days, I'm doing something, but it isn't finished yet. So I should put here in this gap, I'm making, or I am making. So I, the auxiliary to be in the present simple, and the verb make plus ing. 2. I don't like this shop. It's very expensive. So it's a habit, it's an action that stands as a fact. It's a fact that I do not like this shop because it's very expensive. It is true forever and whenever. So I do not, I do not like, or the contracted form I don't like. So it is the the subject I plus do plus not plus like, the verb. So not like. 3. Sally usually shopping with her friends. So there is a gap here. Sorry, I must clean all these. Sally usually goes shopping. So after to go, the verb is usually in the ing form. Goes. Why not go? Because I have Sally that can be replaced by she. And we've said that with she, we put the verb plus third person singular. And here we add es simply because we have a diphthong or a vowel. Goes. All right. 4. My sister is at the shopping center. She a dress for her friend's wedding. Okay. She's buying. She's buying. Or she is buying. Okay. Which means at the moment of speaking, my sister is buying a dress for her friend's wedding now. She is now at the shopping center and she's buying a dress for her friend's wedding. Now 5. John is very cold. He a winter jacket. John is very cold. He because he isn't wearing. Sorry. He isn't wearing. He isn't wearing or is not. The subject, the auxiliary, not plus verb plus ing. He is not wearing a winter jacket. Okay? My son to buy new trousers. He's pleased with his old ones. My son doesn't want or does not want. Why have we put does? Simply because we have he. My son, he. Okay? Not want. 7. We are exhausted. This is the contracted form of we are. We are exhausted. Exhausted, which means very tired, fatigued, like in French, fatigué, fatigued, exhausted. We tonight. See the verbs? We tonight. We are not going out. We aren't going out. The verb is to go out. It's a two-word verb or a phrasal verb. Okay? Are plus not plus verb plus ing. Aren't contracted form. So we are not going tonight. Why? Because we are exhausted. Here it's a future arrangement. Okay? A future arrangement. So we use the present continuous. Workers in garments factories, garments or clothes factories in Bangladesh, very long hours. Very long hours. Work, the last verb. Work, present simple tense, and we don't use here the present continuous because it's a fact. It's a general truth. We can say it's a general truth. It's something true forever and whenever that workers or employees in garments factories in Bangladesh work very long hours. Let's move to activity 3. You've got to choose the present simple or present continuous to complete the following rules. Use the present simple, or do we use the present continuous to talk about temporary situations? What do we use? Second, present simple or present continuous, or the present simple or present continuous is not usually used with state verbs. Which one is not used with is not usually used with state verbs? 3. Use the present simple or present continuous to talk about habits and routines. 4. Use the present simple or present continuous to talk about things that are always true. 5. Use the present simple or present continuous to talk about things that are happening now. 6. Use the present simple or present continuous to talk about fixed future arrangements. And 7. Use the present simple or present continuous to talk about scheduled events. This is just to refresh our memory about the general usage of present simple and present continuous tenses. A few seconds. Well, let's do the exercise. First, use the present continuous to talk about temporary situations. للحالات الغير دائمة أو الحالات المؤقتة نستعمل present continuous أو المضارع المستمر أو نسميه present progressive. 2. The present simple or continuous isn't usually used with state verbs. It is the present continuous. المضارع المستمر هو الذي لا يستعمل عادة مع الأفعال الغير نشطة أو الأفعال غير ديناميكية أو الأفعال we call them the passive or state verbs. Now 3. Use the present simple to talk about habits and routines. Now number 4, use the present simple to talk about things that are always true or general truth. حقيقة علمية أو حقيقة عامة. Use the present simple or continuous to talk about things that are happening now. Is the present continuous. 6. We use the present continuous again to talk about fixed future arrangements. And 7. We use the present simple tense to talk about scheduled events like the flight leaves at or departs at, and so on and so forth. So it's the present simple tense. Let's see now activity or task number 4, and this is the last one, where you have to complete the email using the present simple or present continuous of the verbs in brackets. To John. Hi John, what you do at the moment? I sit in Moscow's cafe, or we say cafeteria, مقهى. Cafe in a French way, but I drink a cup of coffee. So look, different spellings, different meanings. I drink cappuccino, this cafe. This cafe make the best cappuccino in the city. Number 5, I often come here after work with our friend Bill. In fact, 6, wait for him now. You know, he's always late. 7, not understand why. Anyway, can I borrow your car? I need it for an important meeting with the French company team next week. Oh, Bill, come into the cafe now. You are asked to put either the present simple tense or the present continuous tense. Let's do the exercise. What are you doing at the moment? Which means at the moment of sending you the message. What are you doing at this moment? So it's the present continuous. I am sitting. It's David who is talking. I'm sitting, or who is writing. I'm sitting, or I am sitting in Mascar's cafe or cafeteria. I am, or am drinking. It's the present continuous because I'm doing an action at the moment of writing this email or chatting. I am drinking cappuccino. This cafe or cafeteria, yes, should say makes, present simple tense, makes the best cappuccino in the city. Firstly, this cafe can be replaced by it, so I put the S of the third person singular. I should put the present simple simply because it's a fact, something habitual, that this cafeteria makes the best cappuccino in the city. It becomes a general truth. I often come. It's a routine. It's habitual. I often come here after work with our friend Bill. In fact, I'm waiting. At the moment of writing this chat, I'm waiting for him now. So now. So it's the present continuous. Still waiting. He hasn't yet come. You know, you see, you notice, he's always late. I not understand why. I don't understand. I don't understand. Or I do not understand. It is something Factual. I don't understand why. Anyway, can I borrow your car? I need it for. So I cannot say I'm needing it, but I need it. Because I cannot use the present continuous tense with the verb to need. I need it for an important meeting with a French company team next week. And again, it is something planned, but something planned in the future. Oh, Bill is coming into the cafe now. So now he's coming. Progressive form, continuous form. Bye, see you later, David. So you see, I hope you have understood and you have grasped the essential points concerning the use of the present simple and present continuous tense. Do not forget your homework. See you next time. Thank you.